Good morning, fellow Forex traders. Tuesday, March 26th. Let's go over what has transpired inside of our free signals service, premium signals, full auto trading, high profit auto trader doing pretty well this morning. We will look at that. In fact, we're in the second gold trade, and we're in a U.S. oil trade. And I've taken that small little account that I was showing you yesterday and made I'm going to be careful with my words, made a lot of money. Doing really well. Excited about that. So I'll show you all the accounts. We are looking at the free signal account here, NZD CAD. So being the fact that this is a free signal, it just grabs the next trade available and sends it out. NZD CAD happened to be that. And in fact, in the full auto system, we're in quite a few different NZD CAD trades. You'll see that as we look at the different accounts. So this is, we jumped into this and it's headed towards profit. Let's take a look at the chart here just to see where it's going. We're only in that trade. I drew that line up there, I believe, as a representation of the take profit, but I don't think that's right. You know what I'm going to do since I got this? Let's pause the screen. I'm going to go look at the NZD CAD take profit, and then I'll put this line on the screen at the proper price. So let me pause, and I will pull up the data account, my main automated system. NZD CAD is going to have a take profit of 0.82220. 82,220. So let me come back to the account here. 82,220. We'll go to the chart. I'll share this. And let me see if I can move it on the screen. 82,220. Hell, it might be off the screen. That's because I'm looking at the 30-minute chart. Let's scale up here. Let's scale up to an hour. 81. Hold on a second. Let's go to the 4-hour. There we go. There it is. Okay, it's already up there. Sorry. I was looking at another account, and I can move this up. But that's where the take profit is, up there. Need my trusty pen. So yeah, we're headed towards this beautiful trade. It's going to be a beautiful trade. And the free signals has jumped into the most recent of NZD CAD. There are other ones, because if you look at the automated system, there's a trade here, trade here, trade here, trade here. And but this is going to be an awesome trade. You could jump into this right now and probably do really well. I'm not saying it's going to hit take profit today, because we don't know. I think they're waiting for later in the week when the news launches. We will, if I get a chance to remember, we will look at the news. It's Tuesday. I think it was a little light this morning on the news. And sorry, that was just a message that came through that distracted me. It was a little light on the news today, and I think it gets heavier over Wednesday, possibly Thursday. I'm a little late doing the live this morning. Had some programming issues. Nothing that affects you, just some stuff that I wanted to get figured out. The major... Not that this is an announcement and it doesn't really affect anybody or anything, because I will figure this stuff out in the background. But the major DX trade copier that I found, that I got figured out, that works, although I use it in a different way than you would think, the MQL5 website that offers all of these EAs and indicators and so on and so forth, and utilities is really what the DX trade copier is. They blocked it. They're like, we don't want it anymore. We don't like you. Who knows why? Who knows what's going on? I'll tell you, there are challenges every day in this market. The whole concept of DX trade copy, enter the trades manually. Just if you're using DX trade, enter the trades manually. Become a trader. This, the automation, I've already told you, DX trade is typically a prop firm concept, prop firm platform. They don't like copying, even though, oh, the rules say they let you copy. Yeah, until you get paid, they'll let you copy till they have to give you a big payout. Then they're like, oh, we don't like it. But no issue there. I will overcome and adapt. In fact, I talked to the developer. MQL5 is a website that has, it offers a marketplace for these developers to develop these tools and utilities and indicators. And I talked to him this morning, and he said, we're just going to take it off of MQL5. We'll put it on a website, because, who knows why MQL5 is blocking it. MQL5 is MetaTrader, right? And MetaTrader has just hated the concept of their, MetaTrader 4 being able to interface or copy trades or take trades on any prop firm platform. So they're blocking it. However, I already know there's like quite a few other solutions that I could plug into. The one I'm working with, I like this developer. He's good. It works out of the box. And I'm probably getting too far into this. So let's go into some other accounts here. So that is the free trade. Let's go to the history. Nothing closed for the day. However, for the last 7 days, $105.38. These are signal trades. You could have bid more. You could have bid less. You could have, for example, on this basket of trades, you could have added your own AUD, CAD trades when you started to see it going profitable. You could have taken 20 of these, so whatever your account can handle. So remember, this is a signal. And when I show you $105.38, it's a generalization of the profit that those signals have made in the last 7 days. Yes, my free signals are slow. They're slow. I want it to be slow. I want you to ultimately move to the full auto trader. I want you to do that. That's the smartest place to be. That's the easiest for me to tell you how to make it work instead of you manually typing in trades. But people have to build their confidence, and it's certainly a great skill set to learn to type in these trades and to put in, your take profit price and watch it play out. It's great practice for you to take my trades because they always win, right? My trades always win. Will the same trade win on your account? I don't know. How big's your account? What's your leverage? What's your balance? What's your equity? How much did you bid? I don't know. But I'm going to say it. My trades, what you're seeing here, always win. Always. Always. Now, we will pause there. We're going to go into the premium signals account. Pulling it up as we speak. Here it is. I'll give you a general reference. We are in one trade, which is interesting. That means the market, we've had some closeouts, and the market is really just a little slow right now. And it's interesting, and I guess the more that I've watched the news, the high impact news in Forex, the more I realize that that is what they wait. I don't think it's the news that moves the market. I think they wait for that as a reason. When I say they, big banks, hedge funds, that all have meetings in the morning, and between London and Asia and New York, and they all have Zoom meetings. I'm sure they're like, yeah, we're going to move this when we're going to tell our algorithm, our robot, to move the price when this high impact news goes off. I'm sure the high impact news helps them. There's a lot of just a lot of volume in and out of the market, people trading the news, so on and so forth. But, they're ultimately moving it because of that. So we're in one trade. History-wise, I will share that with you. We have closed $80.64. It was basically this NZD USD trade, which turned out really well. And then we had a Euro USD. Looks like it closed out last night, which is cool. So we were kind of waiting for some movement on those. Now, you're going to see, I want you to pay attention to something here, because you're going to see somewhere I screwed up in some programming on the 10-pip hybrid beta feed. I basically, and I know where I screwed up, what I did was, and we'll go look at it. So the system took a little bit of a loss this morning, but I want you to see, we were trading NZD USD, and I had set the system to not jump into these other trades, but I added a programming layer on top of the AI and said something else to it, and they conflicted. So what happened is, on the 10-pip hybrid, which we will look at, it did not take these last 3 trades. I thought it would, But again, the programming was layered on top and I shouldn't have done it. And what we ended up getting was these two trades on the 10 pip hybrid, and it closed at a loss because the entire basket closed at a total profit. I screwed up. It wasn't, the 10 pip hybrid feed is not broken. I totally screwed up. I probably should have tested that but I was like, we're running forward. And again, I am testing it, right? I say it's in beta. But we'll take a look at that. So this looks really good. Premium signals are awesome. You are winning. You are totally winning. We've just been in a weird market, a little bit slow, a little bit sideways. Did I just say slideways? Yeah, it's sliding right, slideways. It's going sideways. So let's pause here. We'll look at what the next account is. I think it's going to be some of the high profit stuff. So pause, pull up my account list. And yeah, in fact, the next one's going to be the 10 pip hybrid. So let me look at the account number, 377. And you get to see what I did. And I don't believe it's in any trades right now. It is not. So $358 in the last couple weeks. But remember, this is not necessarily designed to make like, I don't know, 50% a month, this feed. But it's designed for absolute stability. It's designed to avoid runaway trades on cross-currency pairs. So if you look here, this was a little bit depressing for me to wake up to. $62.70 loss in the account. My system didn't lose. I screwed up the programming. I just did. It didn't take the additional 3 trades. I was waiting. I told the program to jump in those trades when they were profitable, and it didn't because I told it, I added on a thing that said only jump into the second trade. So I think the AI system was like, well, there is no second trade since you programmed that. Although there was a second trade right here. We were in 1 and 2. It didn't jump into 3, 4, 5. And I was like, son of a. So it's showing a loss. It really didn't lose in a real world because I wouldn't have launched this beta programming, with it obviously not working. Need lots of coffee this morning. So as far as the week goes, $289.03. Look, it's looking good. This is going to be the best. This is going to be the best feed to plug into no matter what. We're going into, are we going into week 3 here? We're going into week 3. Let me look back at the history. Sorry, let me get clear here. We started this on the 11th. March 11th. What are we today? So we went 1 week, 2 weeks. Yeah, we're starting a 3rd week. So in terms of this beta, I need the market to move a little bit more. We're in a really good position now. We got out of group 3. I hope, just by the chance, but we can't control this. I hope that it's going to jump into another group and just trade another group. Whatever next trade comes in is what is going to show here. So Jamie says, I like stability. Yeah, this is absolute stability. And I see Doug is here. Good morning, Doug. I'm a little late on that. So this is looking really good. There's no trades, which is kind of odd because the moment trades close on this AI system, it should take the next one in sequence. There just isn't one on 22 currency pairs. So we might see that happen, in real time here. So let's go back to the pause and move on. I believe what we're going to look at next is the high profit stuff. Yes, we're going to look at the main high profit auto account. And it's also, it sends a signal out. It sends, it's full auto trading, but it's kind of like a signal in the sense that it sends out a trade at a base level lot size. So let me show you that. Pulling it up here. 935. Here we are. So let me actually, you know what? I got to be careful here. I actually don't want to, I only want to show the results. We're in 2 trades right now. We're in a gold trade and a U.S. oil trade. And I haven't seen U.S. oil come out in a while, so we'll see. I think it's something we're going to have to hold for a little while. So here is the closure so far. There's still some gold running. Okay. So the very first basket of these three trades here closed at a nice profit. Again, this is a kind of a general reference. It made $71.59. You bid whatever you want on your account. I'm going to show you that small account where I've been taking these at basic minimum lot size, and then I've been jumping in manually and adding to them, and it's pretty impressive. In fact, I got out early yesterday, and I could have doubled. I think I made a couple hundred, $200 or so, on $150 on a $1,200 account. I could have made 300. I jumped out a little early, so I'm going to start. Jumping out early is an emotional response, or yeah, it's an emotional response. Oh my God, I'm up $150. I'm going to get out so it doesn't back out on me to zero, because it does that, right? But in this particular case, taking more risk means let it run. And those times that it doubles what you would have normally jumped out at, and the other times it hits the stop, it is what it is. Let it play out. So what we'll do is I'm going to show you these exact same trades right now, and me using this as a signal. Like, I used the very first one as a signal. I jumped in at, it says 2171. I waited for a little bit. I waited for it to pull up back. And I'm going to show you something here. I show this quite a bit. I'm going to start showing this more because I realize that I use this and I don't really realize I'm using it. I will show you on the next account. So let me go to pause, and I'm going to pull up a live account here that was small that I've taken these trades in. Stand by because it's not loading. All right, there it is. Wow. I'm not going to show you the live trade right now. I'll show you the results. But my live gold profits right now are up $163. Not closed yet, not realized closed yet, but it's up. I'm going to show you the history here on this tiny little account where I'm taking these gold trades in an automated fashion and then jumping in at a larger lot size. I jumped in at 3 or 0.3 yesterday. Today I jumped in at 0.40, right? So I'm getting bold. Look what this account has made so far. It's up 206, and I have an unrealized closure, which I think is going to be much more. Unrealized profit right now, about 100, what did I say, $160. This is going to be incredible. Here's why it's incredible. It's a $1,200 account. Like, I'm doing what? 20, 30, 40, 50% potentially. Now, that doesn't say I can't also lose my complete ass, because I'm being hella risky. I think, let me pause one more time so I can look at something. My margin level percent right now, wow, well, it's because the profit is $150. My margin level percent is 1,000. And the account went from $1,200 a few days ago to $1,640 right now, with $150 of unrealized closed profit. So if I closed right now, I'd have $350 profit for the day on a $1,200 account. Now I'm going to show you something that you've seen me do before, but I start to realize how powerful it is. So let me give you an example. So, and again, degenerate gambling. Are you ready? Like, I'm going to show you some degenerate, high-risk gambling shit. Okay? Denise says, morning, gamblers. That's pretty good. That made me laugh and smile. Jamie says, can't wait till I'm able to trade gold. You know what? I'm going to have to do something, guys. I got to handle a message with the developer. So while we're sitting here and I'm sending a message, stand by. Let me make sure I'm not sharing this on the screen. Let me get with the developer. Hold on one second. Yep. All right. Give me 60 seconds. Oops, that's not what I want. This guy's in like Vietnam or something. And when he messages, I need to get back with him as fast as I can. Right here, typing. Sorry for the delay. Real-time world stuff is happening right now. All right, message sent. I can come back. Got to send one more message. There we go. Okay. Back to business here. Back to the account. I'll show you what I was talking about here. So I take these gold trades in this small account as a signal. They send to my account. It's live money, but they come at a low lot size. So you can see what I'm doing here. I went in at, we can add these up. 30 cents. I'm trying to see what it did here. 30. Oh, yeah. So I'm only bidding. The signal sends out at $1. So 0.10. So I'm bidding a multiply factor of that of 0.5. So half. So 50 cents. Okay. So 03 there. So 30, 40, 50 cents. It spread it out over 3 trades because it just takes profit, takes profit, takes profit. That's the auto system. Okay. So you can see it made $8, $5, and $8. Okay. On that total basket of trades. What I did, you can see the price here, $21.71. Okay. I jumped into this one manually, $21.71.02. Now those are pretty similar prices, but what happened was, out, and I was watching it and I was like, I'm going to enter at a better price. And then all of a sudden it shot back to where the entry was. So I entered, right? So I entered at 0.40. The margin level on this account went down to about 750, right? That's risky. I'm taking a risk. Well, the nice thing about it is if it backed all the way out and hit a stop, you know, I probably wouldn't lose any more than what I've made over the last couple days. So I'm not going to kill the account, right? Since I have a stop loss set on these particular trades. But look at that trade. That 0.40 trade made $169, right? And then, of course, the automated part of it made the additional, what, 40 bucks? $46, let's see, 70, 30, 36, 35, $40, right? At a total of 206. So that's incredible on a $1,200 account. That was a $1,200 account at the beginning of the week. It's like $1,600, $1,700 right now with the unrealized closed of 150. I think if I let this go and we get, and I'm going to do this, actually, let's go right to the chart. You know what? I got to pause for a second because I want to pull up the chart here, which will reveal a little bit. I don't want to give this stuff away for complete free, but yeah, so this is pretty good. Let me erase all of this. So basically, stop loss is here, and there's a stop loss here. So both the auto trade and my manual trade, I set a stop loss. The auto trader moved the stop loss up to here. I kept mine down here just to give it a little bit more breathing room. And if I zoom in, you can see the take profit for all of the trades is right there. It's not that much farther to go. So if I'm in about $150 unrealized, unclosed, uncaptured profit right now, it's probably going to be at least 200, 250. So that could put me at like a 400 to 450 profit for the day on a $1,200 account. My friends, that's incredible. Now, I know there's brand new people watching this stuff, and I always hear me out. When I say what I'm about to say, you're going to go, well, he's talking about me. Yeah, I see everybody's individual comment. I get everybody's private messages, and it gives me content for the day. Continue to message me. I'm not pointing you out. I'm not going to say what your name is. You'll know who you are, and you'll feel a certain sort of way. When I say something, you're like, hey, I think he's talking about what we were talking about. It's not the point. Your experience is everybody's experience. The thing you're feeling and saying, other people are feeling and not saying. So I'm not targeting anybody, right? But someone had said, well, why am I watching all of these people post their screenshots and they're making a lot more money than me? Well, let's put it in perspective. Number one is these people have been doing this for a year and they know how to manipulate the system like I'm telling you. I seen the gold trader take its trade. I jumped in manually at a higher lot size. Right? That's skill set. You're not going to be able to do that from day one, probably. If you want to be able to do that from day one, ask in the group. However, you're going to see people posting screenshots, and I see other people doing this. Is that a real account? Is that a demo account? Guys, that doesn't matter, right? It's exciting and an emotional response for someone to say, wow, look, I only made $50 today, and that person's showing that they made $1,000. How's that possible? Let's be clear. People are practicing on demo, and they should, and you should, and I still do to this day. I've got demo accounts that I jump into all kinds of stuff on. It's practice for my brain. Practice, practice, practice. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Which I'm going to show you something here, it's become natural for me. And it wasn't always. Okay? I want you to look at something here. This is something I'm doing. This is not perfect. This is not 100% correct. But it's a little bit of confirmation that what I'm doing based off of what the AI system is giving me is a good time to do so. So let me give you an example. Let's go down to the 15-minute chart, because I think that's what I was looking at. Yeah, so let me show you this. Jamie says, I'm happy with my 50. You know what? Honestly, Jamie, I am too. Like $50 a day is $1,000 a month. Like 20 trading days out of the month. If you're telling me that you have a trading account, I don't care if you have a $10,000 trading account. That's 10%. Right? So don't give me this bullshit that you're not happy with $50 a day, because you see people bidding outrageous amounts on a demo account, which they have no skin in the game, and my system wins. You could take live money and do outrageous bids once in a while, and the likelihood of you not being in the market so much, you'd probably kill it. You'd probably make huge amounts of money. You probably would, or you might be not good at it and you might lose it all. Because you made a mistake. How many times do I see people say, well, here's my trades. Don't pay attention to these trades. I entered in the wrong direction. I'm like, what are you doing? Right? Slow down. Take your time. You know how many times I double check back and forth on my phone? Like, am I buying? Am I sure I'm going to buy? Should I buy? Right? Jamie says that part. Yeah, $50 a day is $1,000 a month. Like, come on. 10%. On a $10,000 account. If you're doing $50 a day, hell, I'm doing $200 a day on my $1,200 account. Like, what percentage is that? I'll pull up my calculator, right? So what did I say? 220 days a month. That's on a $1,200 account. I mean, am I going to always do that? Probably not, right? So let me show you something here. So on this gold trade, the entry, forget where everything is now, because everything has moved and the stop losses have moved and the take profit is updated. The entry was right, I believe it was on this candle right here. And you can't see it, but there was a wick about right there. I seen the AI enter. It was about midnight last night, I think. No, this was the one that happened. Another one happened up at midnight last night. That's the one you saw where I took profit about $170. So this is the second gold trade of the day. What I'm looking at is the RSI with a setting of 4, not 14. The RSI, let me see if I can go to the indicators. So if you look at my relative strength index, I added to the chart. I set it at 4. The standard will be 14. 14 really smooths it out. I put the levels at 15%, 85%, and 50%. I like to see those, let's go look at that on the chart. So here's 85%, here's 15%, and 50% is the middle. You don't need the 50, but it kind of gives me a visual of when it's halfway. So when the AI entered, the RSI was down here touching, the relative strength index was touching the 15% level. That means it's way oversold. Okay? It's oversold. And potentially, not always, about 95% of the time, this thing touches the bottom, and what does it do? It goes up. So I enter. The system was already telling me to buy gold. Oh, there we go. We just turned sideways. The system was already telling me. Let me fix this. The system was already telling me to buy gold. So I was like, obviously, but I'm going to wait for it to touch down here. Now let's go back in time a little bit and look at it where it does that. So obviously we can see here that it went up, but it didn't quite touch. Would you have taken that? Probably not. Okay. What you would have taken is when it did touch. So it touched down here and we didn't get much movement. It went sideways and then it went up. So you would have, you wouldn't have entered here. It hasn't touched. You didn't know it was going to do that. So that's kind of a scenario of, well, about 95% of the time it's right. You're not going to, if you're just jumping in before it touches the 15, you could. You don't know what's going to happen. So you're looking for the best level of confirmation. Let's go back and look at some other scenarios. So it touched down here. It touched down here. Now, obviously, we didn't have a signal back in this time. But if it touched right here and you did a buy, it came against you and it took it a while before it went back up, right? Now, if I'm in a trade, if I entered down here, and I wouldn't, and I saw it go up here and come close to touching the top, okay, we got a little bit of up movement right there, I'd get out. I'm like, okay, it's not pushing. But there's going to be some scenarios when we go back in time here, and looking on the 15-minute chart, like here's a scenario. It touched, and I'm not saying to enter. I'm saying use this as a confirmation after the system is entered. And I'll show you some scenarios. So if the system is saying buy, and you're going to do some manual trades, I don't think I would be doing any manual trades when the RSI was in the middle here, as an example. I certainly wouldn't do any manual buy trades when it was at the top here, okay? The buy signal is at the bottom. Trying to think of another scenario that I want to show you. This is just absolute key. It's confirmation of when to enter. So let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Yeah, let's just look at this. So this is actually a sell signal on the RSI 4. Okay. So let's say the AI system, my automated system, has told you to buy. And we're looking at gold here, but it doesn't matter what pair or index we're looking at. Let's say it told you to buy and you're kind of waiting, right? And you look at the 15-minute chart here and you're like, the RSI is at the top. Even though I have a buy signal, that means we're probably going to get a pullback, which we did here. Probably going to get a pullback before it pushes back up. So I don't need to enter if I think it's going to pull back. Let's look at a higher time frame. I might be able to give you a better example. Let's go up to like the 4 hour and turn it sideways here. This is a pretty good example. So let's say, obviously we're in gold buy territory, right? We didn't take any trades back here, but imagine this. So let's say we're in a buy signal from my automated system and we look on any time frame, right? Any time frame. I'm typically entering by looking at the lower time frames, which are a little bit faster, like the 15-minute chart, right? Maybe the 30. But if you're scalping, you can go right down to the 1-minute chart. But this kind of gives a big picture that if the AI signal, and it will do this, took a buy order up here, okay, the RSI is indicating a sell So the AI system knows it's going to pull back. It kind of wants to do that because it wants to scale into some trades and draw the take profit towards itself and then take profit somewhere down in here. It loves to do that. Okay. Little counterintuitive from a visual standpoint. But what I would do is if I had a buy signal, I would wait, and it is not, yeah, let's go back here. I would wait until it touched down here if I wanted to do a manual entry in the direction that the AI system says. And it says buy. I would wait until the RSI touches the bottom, because then look what it typically does. It goes up. Not always, but a lot of the times. Let's look at some other scenarios. Here it touched the bottom. It exceeded the bottom. It went down to like 10% instead of 15, because that line right there, that dashed line, is 15%. And then what did it do? It went to the other side. And so you would have entered right there. And what did it do? It went up. I created an entire course on trading the RSI 4. It's the only indicator, and I'm not suggesting you do this, but use it as confirmation for my signals. I'll just kind of leave it at that, right? Use it as confirmation for my signals. Denise says, does it matter which time frame you're looking at when using? So I kind of talked about that. I mean, the time frame has to do with how fast things are going to happen. Okay? I'm not entering typically using, I'm not entering a trade that's already telling me I should buy typically on the 4 hour. Now you might see the 4 hour chart like this case. It might have done a buy down here, and the 4 hour RSI, 4, RSI 4 is down here. Okay, good confirmation, right? Not a problem with that. But it's a feel. Go back and forth. If you feel like you're just going to scalp AD last week, that thing went sideways. People would watch a lower time frame, like let's say the 5 minute. And let's take a look at this. So you could jump in. Let's say we're looking at AUD-CHF, and we've got a signal from the system that says buy, and the 5 minute time frame touches the RSI 4 down there. Look what it did. You're just scalping profits. You could go down to the 1 minute. Let's take a look at that. So look at the 1 minute. Just touch the 15%. Look what it did. Now the 1 minute is it looks like it moved a lot. I can't measure that on the phone, but that's typically it's good. It's not always good. But coupled with my system telling you to buy or sell, and then you buying at the bottom and selling at the top, if you want to jump into those trades, I'm telling you, of everything I've ever done, I actually created a robot that trades the RSI 4. It does extremely well. It will run away on you, okay? Depending on the currency pair, depending on what's going on. But, look at these. Let's go back and look at where it touched. Let's just wait till it touches. And this is the 1 minute, so it's not going to touch a lot. Look at that. It touched down here, which you would have got in, but then it touched again, and you would have got in at the bottom and done pretty well. You'd have done pretty well, right? It's a scalping system, but again, use it as a confirmation. Let's go back and look at one more. Look at this. So exceeded the 15% at the bottom, and what did it do? Touched and went. I don't know what its accuracy is. It's pretty high. It's pretty high. Have I ever seen a scenario where I did a buy and it touched down here and then it just trended away from me in a sell fashion? Abso-freaking-lutely. You gotta be ready for it. If we looked through the charts, I could probably find, and we're not really looking at, let's look at a standard currency pair. Let's look at one that goes, let's look at this one. Let's look at GBP USD, and let's look at a higher time frame, like 1 hour. Let's try to look for, and then I'll move on here, guys, a scenario where it was at an extreme, but still tended to run away in the opposite direction. So I'm just kind of looking here. Let's see if I can find one. You'll notice it's pretty damn accurate. The RSI 4 is pretty damn accurate. Let's go to even higher time. Let's go to a 4 hour, and I'll probably see more of it there. Look at this. I mean, it touched the top. 4 hour? That's a huge trade. Now, I know you guys are going to be like, wow, this is magic. You're going to get in a scenario, if you believe it 100%, you're going to get in a scenario where it will go against you. The trend will be the absolute opposite of what it's doing. So I'm kind of looking for it here where it touched and then ran away the opposite way. It's not often. So, I mean, it's a damn good. I really don't see any. I'm not going to look very much farther here. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. But you got to admit, that's pretty damn accurate. If now look at this one. If you just waited until it touched, you'd have entered here. It would have drawn down against you. Okay. You might have thought it was going completely a different way. And then it went up. Right. So a lot of it, like, for example, there's the concept, the mental concept of entering, listen to me carefully, entering when it touches, on the way down, or entering when it touches on the way up. Depending on the time frame, like if you do that on the short time frame, it'll happen so fast you'll miss it, right? But on the 4-hour time frame, if you waited for it to exceed the 15% line at the bottom and then come back and touch. Now, I want you to understand something. This is the part you're not going to understand. It'll blow your mind. Let's see if I can draw this for you. The RSI 4, we might be able to see it if I go to the 1 minute. You got to see this part. You got to see this part. Watch this right here. Okay, I'm going to draw a line on it. And you might not be able to see it, but this is what's called, let me get rid of the line. Let's go sideways so you can see it. Watch this line right here. I'll draw the line. Watch that. It goes up and down. So it is repainting. This is what sucks about indicators. It's pointing up right now. You're like, oh man, we're at the bottom going up. But watch as the price changes. That line starting right there and moving forward repaints. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down until that candle closes, the 1 minute candle, and then solidifies the direction of that line. So it's called a repainting indicator, and that can kind of suck about it, right? Because you'll go, oh wow, it's at the bottom pointing up, it's touching, I'm going to enter. You have to wait until that candle on that time frame closes, because look what it did. It just closed, so we got that, and then this one was pointing sideways, so it repaints. I don't want to lean on it too much, but be aware of it, because you'd be like, wait, that thing was pointing up when I entered. You got to let that candle close. You got to let that candle close. All right, pause. We'll go on to the next account. Even I'm impressed with that gold stuff on a small account. And here's what happens with people. Do me a favor. You're a degenerate gambler, and you're going to see me talking about these gold trades. And you're like, well, I'm only getting the standard trades. Can I switch my account to gold and pay for gold instead of the standard? What you're doing is you have FOMO. You have fear of missing out. This high profit auto trade feed, which is gold and US 30, US oil, so on and so forth, is not the magic that you think it is. It's magic when you see someone like me trade it, or someone who's experienced with it, showing you, using and showing you all the things I'm showing you with the RSI 4. It's not the grass is greener on the other side. I'm good at this. Can you get good at this? You can. Well, I see a lot of people come into the group 2-3 days in. They're like, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Not working for me. I'm like, slow down. Took me 8 fucking years to learn this. Okay. Could you trade demo for a couple weeks, a couple months? I traded demo for the first 3 years. So with my system and my knowledge and my experience, man, I'm skipping you ahead. You don't even know the level of time you're saving by following what I'm telling you. You have no idea. You have no idea the level of time you're saving. If this is your first week trading my auto system, take a deep breath, let it out real slow, And, be patient. This is the best. Listen, I only do the best shit. This is the best thing I've ever seen in the world ever. 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 For me to generate $200, $300, $400, $500, $1,000 a day with Forex and not have to be on the internet doing sales calls and all this other, or go into a job. God forbid, I would never do that, right? Or relying on a retirement that you didn't save for, or relying on Social Security. Like, this is good. Give it a little bit of time. Like, what would I really want you to do? I'd want you to come in and give it at least 6 months worth of time. In 6 months, I can get you 8 years ahead of the game. I can show you everything, because I'll start repeating myself, which I do. I can show you everything in 6 months. Certainly could probably do it in 90 days. But, there's a learning curve. Next account. Let's look at... I already looked at... I'm kind of jumping around here. Let's look at the challenge. Actually, since we're talking about gold, let's go look at my... This should be impressive. Let's go look at my large gold trading account. Here it is. Wow, this is probably going to be pretty impressive. Yeah. You know what? If you're not sitting down, sit down. Okay? Like, get ready. Jamie says, job. No job. You know what? I haven't had a job since 2006. I just was like, they pulled my airline career out from under me, and I was like, give me my retirement. I'm out of here. And I never went back. Never went back. Just generated income on the internet. I've got the skill set. You could drop me off with a laptop and no customer base, and I'd have $1,000 in my pocket within a day or two. Whether it be Forex or anything else, right? That's me. It's a skill set. I'm not special. I put in the time. You talk about what's it? How many hours does it take to master something? 10,000 hours. I figured I did about 15,000 hours. I figured it out. I've put about 15,000 hours into learning what I'm showing you. So this is going to be outrageous. I get it. Let me share the screen with you here. We'll go right to the profit, and then I'll show you some trades. So here it is, $21,143.44, taking my automated signals, my automated trades, I should say, into an account that's large, and I bid large. Okay. Interestingly enough, you see how I screwed up the programming on that one feed, our beta feed, but look at what NZD USD closed at. I took 4 of the, I think we were in maybe 6 or 8, 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, 2,000. Like, that's impressive. Exclude that, right? Because that's actually, that automated feed is from my one profitable trade feed. So I'm sending that to this account plus the gold. So look at these gold trades. $600, $350, $270, $598, $349 for a total of $21,000. Jamie says, I'm trying to grow up and be like you. Don't grow up. Listen, I'm a child. You guys see my professional side. I'm an absolute child. You should see the stuff that I'm buying this summer just to absolutely be a fool and play with. All kinds of toys. So this is impressive, but it's proof of concept that if you take the exact same trade on an account that can handle a larger bid, you're doing pretty well. Interestingly enough, I'm bidding a 3.0 or $30 lot size on these trades, and these are just the auto trades. I didn't scale in anything manual on this. So these are the gold trades that have closed so far. So it was these 3 and then these 2 together as a basket. Bidding, you could do that on a $10,000 account. You could, right? High risk, absolutely, but you get it. So hopefully I can hold that small account together, the 1,200 that we got at about 1,600 now, and it's going to go to more. Hopefully I can just blow that up into a 10 grand account and then take some of these 3.0 trades, gold trades, into that account and do, what is this, round number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, it's over $2,000, or round numbers. So that's impressive. Beyond that, don't let that, if you're making $50 a day, don't look at this, go, I'm losing out, I'm missing out. You're not. You're doing extremely well, and you will get better by, hell, just taking that advice where I showed you the RSI 4. And right now on most of my large accounts, I'm taking my automated signals, either a group, a subset of the 22 pairs, a group, and I'm just taking them at like really low lot size. And then as I look at that group, I'm like, oh, we got one that's going a little bit deeper. I manually enter using my RSI 4 strategy, and I kill. All right, I'm paused. Let's see what I'm going to look at next. I think all I'm going to look at next, we'll do these real quick. The challenge account, $3,000 to $100,000 challenge account. I have not looked at it. It's not a big priority for me right now, but we will take a look at it. Let me share this with you. So it's in about a $200 drawdown right now. 2,100% margin level, feeling real good. I'm trading a small subset of currency pairs. Started making me think that NZD CAD was supposed to close, but it was NZD USD that closed, and we got another one. So in terms of closure overnight, it was the NZD USD closed $44.32. If you look, we're back up. We were down to $1,800. We're back up at $24.99. We'll get it back to $3,000, and we'll grow it to $100K. Guarantee you that. Let me pause. I need to look at that message that just came in real quick. Stand by, because that has something to do with the high profit. Let me look. Gold. Oh, wait, hold on. Gold take profit. All right, let me look at something before I come back to the screen on my gold account, because I think we just took more profit. Nope, we didn't. Not yet. But unrealized, unclosed profit on that small gold account is $215 right now. I probably should just close it. Let me see how close it is to the take profit. Stand by. Oh, it's so close. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to be and the RSI 4 is at the bottom. In fact, I can show you this. So we're still kind of hovering right here. The take profit is not that far up. And here's why I feel good. It didn't touch, but we're overextended. We're down at about maybe 25-30%. And it's coming back up. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to be a degenerate gambler. And then one last account to look at is kind of another smaller sample account. I probably should consolidate some of these, but I'll let you take a look at this. So this is a smaller account trading one pair at a time. So you can see, I think this account started out at this started out at 1,000. So we've made 32, almost 33% now in about 5 weeks. And it's in these trades right now, looking really good. Margin level percent 15,000. Cool, right? And if I come to nothing closed for the day, but for the week, $48.38. Feels good. It's all automated, right? It's all automated. I'm completely happy with that. You take all the, I show you guys a subset of all the accounts that I have. I'm not going to show you all my hedge fund and prop firm and all these different things that I'm trading for myself and other people. It all adds up. It all adds up. If I look at how much I made today so far, I'm probably in the, I'm guessing I'm probably in the $1,000 range, right? On just some of my own personal accounts, all kinds of different sizes, all kinds of different feeds that I'm feeding into them. I'm learning so much. I do something different on all of them, right? But I use my AI system, whether it be my standard currency pair system, my 10 pip automation, or the high profit, the gold stuff. So that's pretty much it. Let's go have a browser look. Let me set up for this. Let's go look the news real quick. Give me a second. I think I got this pulled up somewhere. And there it is. Let me refresh, and then I'll share with you here. So interesting. This looks different than... I'll share this with you. So off to the browser, looking at Forex Factory. Something looks different here. I think, yeah, yep, the time frame is wrong. So let me reset this. I am not on Eastern time. I am... All right, I'm doing something wrong here. Give me a second. So let's see. Here we go. Let's go Arizona. 1040. Okay, that is correct. So, I don't have it sorted. So let me go to the filter and only sort for the red high impact news. There we go. So it was US dollar at 7 a.m. this morning, 7 a.m. for me. And we've got an AUD coming after New York closed tonight. So not a lot going on. However, tomorrow, Wednesday, still US dollar at 3 p.m. for me. I'm on Arizona Mountain Time. And then Thursday is when we got some big movement. So, looks like we're going to wait till Thursday. If they're waiting for the news, we're waiting till Thursday. I noticed there might have been some comments. Let me take a look here. I think I've seen them all. And make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, I didn't miss anything. That's it. Appreciate you watching. It's Tuesday, March 26th. I will see you Wednesday. Looking good. Don't give me this crap about fear of missing out. If you have the main auto feed, trade it. Learn it. And when you want to upgrade and add on the high profit gold feed, do that. But don't be looking at my gold feed trades where I made $21,000 in that large account. Or I shouldn't say I made, the account made, the trades made, right? Don't feel like you're missing out, because you're not. You have a skill set you have to learn. Let the automated system trade your account. If you want to manually enter when the account's like obvious, RSI 4s in the right scenario, the trades that have been sent out from the automated system are slightly in profit, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. And it's the best way to trade a prop firm. Don't put any auto trades on your prop firm. You will lose your ass. I don't care what platform, DX Trade, Trade Locker, C Trader, all kinds. Just take and get access to my high, not my high profit. Get access to my main automated feed. Connect it in the Social Trader Tools copier to a 100K account and bring it in as a data feed. Take all the trades, all the pairs, and look, and then enter on these other accounts that you have, if you're trading a prop firm, manually, and you'll do great. You're not there'll be no footprint. You're entering at a different price and set the take profit price a little bit different, but you're entering at a completely different price. So it doesn't, just because everybody has the same or similar take profit price, I can't imagine them going, "Oh, that's a footprint." But do it randomly. Sometimes set yourself a huge stop loss, just to randomize your trades inside the system. Set yourself a take profit that's different from what I'm sending out, closer, farther, and then when you get a ding and it says that the data feed that you have is closed to trade, then go close the trade in your prop firm, your hedge fund firm, whatever. Just do it manually, because that's the only way you're going to get paid from these companies. It's the only way. All right, that's it. Appreciate you watching. I will see you tomorrow, and see you inside the group fxwithterry.com. If you're catching this and you're not in the Discord group, you're probably crazy. Don't be crazy. I'll see you tomorrow.